Good morning everyone. It is an honor for me to be here with you. So let me introduce myself. My name is Cinthya Octarianthy Manalu. You can call me as Cinthya. I am from K1 2023, majoring in English education. So I hope all of you guys has a good health and well as I am. First of all, I want to say thank you for your attention, thank you for your time for me, because right here, right now, I want to present about a journal entitled Student Motivation in Learning English by Miss Purnama and her friends, published in Project Professional Journal of English Education with volume 2 number 4 July 2019. So what is motivation? How can we build some motivation? According to me, I think motivation is kind of something like a thing that we need to make from ourselves to achieve some goals or some project or some dreams that we want to make it through. It is like motivation is kind of like a foundation to make a big building, a strong building. If we want to make some big with a strong building, we need to make sure that the foundation is really strong. So when the building is well done and against some condition like a storm, that building can face it and stand with strongly to against that storm. So where we can find some motivation, I think we can find it from ourselves, inside of us, and we can find it in outside, like our environment, our parents, our friends, or maybe a stranger. So what is the goal of this study? What is the goal of this journal? So this goal of this journal is how to know the student motivation in learning English of 8th grade at MT's Matlaul Anwar Sukaguna, that where this study is using a descriptive qualitative method. The data was carried out with using a questionnaire with 10 items and doing an interview with 5 questions. So as a person that going to be a teacher, or maybe some people who want to be a teacher, we really need to give some motivation to our students. It is an important thing that we need to give to our students, because like what I said before, we need to give some a good basic, which is the motivation. We give a lot of motivation to learning something that they are master with, like maybe it's not just for English or maybe another academic or sport, that they are really good at it. So related to their motivation, there are 2 types of motivation. The first is integrative motivation and the second is instrumental motivation. What is the difference of that 2 type of motivation? The first one is integrative motivation. It means they just learn to know, to understand the second language and mix it up with their culture. But for the second, the instrumental motivation, it's where the learners is not just learn, but they become one of them. It's not for mix it up, but choose to be learn how their culture is not mix it up with their culture and the new culture, but just choose the new culture and leave the old culture. It's the difference of that 2 motivation. So just like I said before, that we can find some motivation inside and outside. So there's a call for that motivation. It's called an intrinsic and extrinsic motivation. What is intrinsic motivation? in. It means from inside ourselves. Some people maybe just can find some motivation in their self. They maybe think like, I need to fix myself first if I want to get a motivation from the outside of me. So there are some people who just extrinsic motivation that need to get some motivation in outside of herself, like maybe their parents or their friends, or maybe just a stranger that they just met, but that stranger give them some point of view that give some, their mindset is open, and get and bring that suggestion of that stranger giving to be a motivation for them. So what is the result of this study? So this study, it was provided that with the person that it strongly agree and agree is higher than the disagree and strongly disagree. So the simple means it's the result of this study is most of the student is have a motivation to learning in English. So it indicates pupils of 8th grade at MTIS Matlaul Anwar Sukaguna has highly motivation in questionnaire and the interview. And from the interview, they said that English is a important thing that they need to learn, and it is an international language, so they can use it with a widely to talk about any kind of aspect. But they have some struggle to learn English, because learning English is not easy. So they need a calm situation and a good strategy so that learning is going well. I mean, a lot of teacher in Indonesia is just using task or question, but it's really bored to their students. So instead of just give tasks, give them a games that include some English lesson in that games. So what is the conclusion of this study? From the data, that students of English grade at MTIS Matlaul Anwar Sukaguna have a motivation to learn English. So as a teacher of that school, we need to give them a good strategy using a good media and a creative material to improve that student motivation. I think that's all from me. I truly apologize if there's some a word that misunderstanding. Thank you for your attention.